All right. So today I'm going to be getting Arkansas's campaign finance data. Um, see, where I left off last time was I was showing off how Get Local acquires the gender data for candidates that we already have. Um, this is essentially just a little analysis tool. Um, Last time the sound cut off on me, so anyone listening wouldn't have been able to hear the description of how all of this data was acquired, but I don't think that's really important right now. So this is just a little breakdown of the data. Let's see if I can make this bigger. Been lost successfully. Oh, I don't want to make the message larger. I don't know if there's some way to make this more legible to anyone who wants to see. Um, yeah, but excuse me. These are just the breakdowns of how many candidates we have so far, of which gender belonging to which party, and here are the contribution and expenditure numbers, or the average contribution and expenditure numbers for Democratic men and women, um, independent men and women, and Republican men and women. And there's a little difference column over here. Um, I'm not quite sure what this data suggests yet, but it's what we've got on the campaign finances of men and women of different parties. So it looks like in the Democratic Party at the state level, women seem to be out earning men as far as contributions are concerned, and also out spending them. And they spend far more than what's contributed to them, which might suggest that either they're more willing to go into debt or um, that they're dipping into personal finances more. I don't know which it is. I don't know what the explanation for these numbers are, but these are the numbers we've collected. On the Republican side, it seems that the men are outspending the women, and the women are being contributed to more, but not by a whole lot. $6,000 a campaign or so. All right, so next thing I'm going to show is where we get these numbers from. So I'm just going to pull this. I'm just going to pull a little Google screen over here. That full screen. Let's see. So I'll just look for Arkansas Campaign Finance API. I always hope that there's some kind of API that exists that would make it easier to plug into the state level data. There's usually not one that's pre-built for access, so typically I have to go in and scrape it. But I search for the API just in case. And here is Arkansas's financial disclosure website. So you can see it's a .gov. This is the data from the state of Arkansas. Usually this is going to be found on the Secretary of State's website. So the Secretary of State at the federal level is the chief diplomat, but at the state level, it's the chief election official. So you're usually going to get the campaign finance data there. And yeah, we pull it off of these websites. So let's see. Now that I have that coming in, I will look at what we need to send in order to get the data. So this is the research part of stuff. I've got to figure out where these calls are going to and how this data populates this page. So I select the office, I select state representative, get counties by office. Let's see, office ID 214, and what's the response to that? It's empty. Okay. And then get districts results, get request. Here we go. So that's convenient. So when you send a GET request to Arkansas, it gives you a neat little list of all the districts that you could get from Arkansas. So give that. So you search at this URL where I'm guessing there's a query string parameter somewhere along here that includes what office you want. So yep, the office ID there. Suppose 214 represents the state representatives. And then the next thing you do is you choose the district you want. And then it gives you everyone running in that district. Let's see, Carol Dalby. Total contributions, none. And total expenditures, a lot more than that. Okay, so interestingly enough, it looks like you might not even have to search office by office. So I'm going to, I shouldn't have done that. Let's go back. Let's get back in there. That was a mistake. So by eliminating the date field, I thought there was some kind of search button I needed to press, but by eliminating the date field, I hung the process up because they're going to give me everyone forever who's ever run in Arkansas, and I don't want that deep a cut. So I'm gonna pick a date that's already passed, so there'll be some more data for it. Oh, looks like a healthy number of people ran in 2023 for state reps, or are running in 2023. So that's interesting. Let's see. Let's see. We got House and Senate elections. The office sought. State Senate. And state rep. Okay, so we want the search candidates query, I believe. So 214 and 215 seem to be the office IDs. Because we haven't entered an office year, it's returning those as null. For an election year, it's returning those as null. Which is non-ideal. But I think the search candidates API call is what we want. I keep eliminating the date, and it's going to give me results for forever. But I think the most recent state house race in Arkansas was 2022. Right, so I don't believe Arkansas has off-year elections, so I'm going to go ahead and select a date for 2022. So we get the most recent one. And I'm just getting state representatives and state senate races. Open this link in a new tab. Look at the financial disclosures. Okay. So we're getting expenditures. For some reason, this is giving me a candidate from the 2016 election cycle. I don't know what that's about. I thought I successfully filtered that. Ah, you have to hit the add filter button. That's fun. Okay, let me go ahead and clear that. Hit the add filter. Party office sought. Year. Got it. Okay, so apparently not. Arkansas does not believe in filters. So I suppose this is every candidate at all times ever. Try hitting the button again. Expecting different results. Low is the definition of insanity. All right. Well, it's looking like this is this might be the best that we're going to get, and so I think I might have to build my own filter. The result count went up. So I suppose these are candidates for 2022, and maybe the information on that second screen that says 2016 election cycle refers to something other than what I assumed. So I guess the search candidates is exactly what we're looking for then. Okay. So I'm going to move forward with that, and then I can do an audit subsequent to having built it. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add the great state of Arkansas to my state searches. I already have Active here being pulled in, and we'll go get Arkansas candidates. And by the way, I think I might only get the first bit of this done on this stream. In the past, it's usually taken me several runs of building in order to build one state's getters. Sometimes I can be a little slow. Let's make this asynchronous. I'm coding in JavaScript, by the way. But, you know, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Axio stocks because I am not always the greatest at remembering syntax. I'm building this in JavaScript, and then I go to work all day and I build in Python, and then, something needs to be built in Ruby, and the next thing you know, I'm in Ruby, and I forget syntaxes all the time. I am not the person to, you know, just rattle. Yeah, I'm surprised I remember, how to name functions right now. Let's see. Okey doke. Okay, post request. You're gonna have the data in there. Okay. Yep. 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 All right. This is good. Okay. Um. Yeah. So that's fun. Okay. So let's see. Results. Okay, searches. Eight. And I just took a gander at the docs. I gotta look back. Okay. Let's see. Oh, right. And then headers are gonna go. Do I need to pass the headers? Can I just pass the payload data? All right. Please tell me this just copies. Oh no, I might have to paginate this. Let's see. Oh no, I can make the page size huge. Make the page size huge. More like minimum page size. Okay. We'll just do that then. Let's make a giant page. Okay. Put this here. And let's go ahead and create our syntax errors. Let's tidy. Doing. No respect for my apps are terrible. There's got to be an easier way to just copy this object out. Copy object. Does it actually copy the object though? Not a feeling. Oh, it does. Oh, that's much better than what I have now. I thought I was gonna have to edit this. Oh no, it copies an object for me. Yes. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Exactly what I wanted. Okay. Much better. Let me put that on the same row. Make this a little neater. Okay, so I want this to take a year. Get rid of this. These are the two offices we want. Jurisdiction type, finance type, no. Transaction type, transaction amount, status, page number, one, size. Hopefully they let us pick 1 billion as a page size. And okay, let's just see if this, let's just see if this call yields any results. I'll get that here, 2022. Yes. Did I misspell this? Get arc sauce. Apparently I can't spell Arkansas. Arkansas. Okay. Get Arkansas candidates. So that. Navigate to the correct directory. Let's see what we get. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I thought I was going to have to get these results and then go deeper. But apparently not. Apparently they give it to us in a neat little object that is very similar to the object I was going to build this into. Oh goodness, it's almost already done. This isn't what I was expecting at all. Okay, so if you look, for example, at what we have built for, let's say, Georgia. Okay. That's a messier one. Let's see if I can find one that's just a little bit more clean. See, most of these states take a little bit more doing to get them to look like what we're looking for. I think Ohio. Ohio's a state. Here we go. It looks like I'm usually adding to these objects at different points throughout the code because a lot of this data winds up being located in several places on the Secretary of State's website. But you know, you can see what we're trying to get out of there. We're trying to get the name, trying to get the district, the office, the election year, election type, state, when the data was collected. This field is kind of superfluous now. We just haven't updated that field in the database. The party, and then the campaign finance data gets added subsequent to that. But the point I'm trying to make is that in most states, the object isn't already practically built for us, right? Like it's not all neatly returned to you from a simple call to the API. So far, of all the states that we've built, Arizona is really the only one that is as transparent as Arkansas. So Arkansas turns out to be one of the extremely transparent campaign finance states. But I mean, the reason I talk about Arkansas and Arizona returning these results so cleanly in terms of transparency is because in some of these cases, we're talking about millions of data points. And if you can't access the data programmatically very easily, you're asking a human being to sort of sift through, point after point after point after point after point by hand in order to try and draw any inferences um from your campaign finance state. So it's really refreshing when there's a state that just gives it to you, right? Like it just says, "Hey, here's that data you were looking for." So and does so in a very neat neat way. Um, yeah. So this is the results of the call. Get rid of that log for the console. Um, let's see. Let's map. Just back. Let me make sure I'm at the proper depth. I'm just gonna make sure that, yeah, there's something, yeah, I can't tell. Is this, huh, I can't tell what's at the top of this object to figure out where this array lives. Hmm. Let's see. Is that, is that a, am I imagining that? Yeah. Keys. Yep. Okay. I did not make that up. Good to know. Okay. Oh, this is just the it's just a request object. I am very silly. I am Yeah, that's embarrassing. Okay. Uh yeah, it's this what I'm trying to do. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Okay. All of those. Okay. Um let's finance object equals results map. Pay. Hmm. Gotta get my data types right. Pay. Let's, data object. Um, Okie dokie. Let's see. So what do I want with this data? I want information. Okay. So name. So, uh, office. Office. We need the party. So a lot of this data I actually don't need. We get some of it from different sources, but right now I'm just collecting too much instead of too little. Because I'd rather not have to go back and edit this later. So I'm going to include the total contributions. This is the meat and potatoes. This is what we're really here for. The JavaScript is case sensitive. That side. Let's see. Total rows, unregistered candidate, chairperson, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I think this is what we need for the most part. Yeah, we need the election year. Let me see how that's represented in our, you know what, as a matter of fact, I don't need to see how that's represented in the database. What I need to see is how we look for that when we load. I'm going to go ahead and find that and track that down. Where did I put that? Storage? No. I built this so long ago, sometimes I forget where I keep some of the modules. Okay. Expenditures, contributions, we need election type. I think this is generalizable to general office ID. Oh, yep, called election year. Okay. So back to Arkansas. Election year. Data. No, not the data object. I passed the year in. Data object. Hit the year. And then let's see if there's anything indicating the election type. State status. I don't know that there's anything indicating the election type. When that happens, I believe we default to the general. Let's see if I can place a filter on that with the call, just to make extra sure we're talking about. Okay. I forgot I copied the payload object already. I didn't need to come back to the screen. I think this just aggregates all the data through the cycle. Yeah, this just aggregates the data through the cycle. Right. Right. Yeah, this is just all aggregated. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna keep the election years here, and then I'm gonna say the election type is general election. And we put it as general election whenever it's aggregated through the cycle. So as to say that we're encompassing the primary and the general. But when a state renders us its own aggregates, we have to do some we have to do some checking to see what goes into those aggregates, but you can usually hunt down that information. I'm not going to bore anyone with that part of things on here. Um, I'm just going to see if I can make sure my finance array returned as intended. Yep. Let's see, everything except the office. So the office apparently. Yeah, and I think expenditures are supposed to be total expenditures in the office. They had office ID, but I think they also had the name of the office. Results, office ID, office type. Oh no, I can't get up to the entire object, so I'm gonna have to run this all again. Let's get this out and just log. Log the results again so I can see the object one more time. And we don't need that to go all the way through. Did office name. Yeah, I goofed. Office name. And let's make sure of this. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? Where's this syntax coming from? Oh, it's not. That is not the stack trace. There we go. Okay. So this is the data we need from here. We get mostly everything else we need from other sources. Looks like a lot of people throw their name into the ring, but haven't really financed anything. I hope that is not an inaccuracy on my part, but before I load anything into our database, I do an audit. So I will be checking, probably a few dozen of these names in their interface to make sure I have accurate numbers before any of this gets loaded. But that is essentially how we get the data from the state's Secretary of State's website into Get Local. And I was thinking that Arkansas would be a more difficult example. There are some states that take me several days to load or several days to build a scraper for. This one did not. It returned all of the results in a neat object from a single API call. It was comically easy to build. And I think we return a lot of these in callbacks. I think we designed the loader to either take a callback or to return it asynchronously. But I will, just in case, go ahead and try this out as a callback. I'm just going to have the arrow long for now, because I'm going to delete this call anyway. So we're going to export this method into a module. We have it that uses an ORM to download all this stuff into the database. So this doesn't need to be pretty or functional. Really, I'm just Yeah. Okay. So we load that in with the callback, and yeah, that gives us the that gives us the Arkansas data. And I'm gonna automate making sure on an interval this gets loaded into the database. We already have a little GitHub action that does that for us. So I just throw that on a schedule. I add Arkansas to a file, and then day after day we look for any new candidates, and we go ahead and we upsert any additional money that's made, and any new candidates who throw their name into the ring. We got that data in our database for Arkansas. Um, and yeah, so we're building this project out, and eventually, hopefully, I'll have all 50 states, and be able to look for trends between states, figure out, where the wisest places to spend money in an election are. Ultimately, I would hope to get money out of politics, but if it's going to be in politics, I want the candidates who uh, are aligned with the left politically to get most of to do the most with what money they have, and for people who are looking to donate to know where to put that money, so that we can put some pressure on the system to deliver us results that look like what we're hoping for. Um, Reminder again, I am a partisan. Please, no one feel snuck up on by that fact. Um, yeah, don't want that to come as a surprise to anyone. Um, if you disagree with me politically, again, that's fine. I mentioned this on the previous recording I did. Um, but these are my views, and this is what I support. So, yeah, that's all for today. Hope anyone has watched, hope they have a wonderful day.